Okay, hello everyone. Thank you very much to join in this lecture. And today, now we are welcoming Professor Rasid Zaman from Department of Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, Faculty of Biological Science, University of Rajasi, from Bangladesh. He is my senior in my lab during my study in Chonam National University, South of Korea. Hello, Dr. Rashid. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Moglis. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for introducing me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. So, Professor, maybe you can start it your presentation about the materials. Times is yours.
Okay, sure. So, hello, my dear students. Welcome to my class. I'm very much happy to be here with you in front here this morning. Actually, it's morning time now in my place. Dr. Moglis has already introduced me, but I would like to introduce myself again. I am Dr. Rashid Saman. I'm serving as a professor in the Department of Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, University of Rajshahi. So, Rajshahi is a northern city of Bangladesh, and University of Rajshahi is one of the very important public university of my country. And I'm very lucky to serve as a professor in this university. I'm also very much honored to be present my lecture in front of you today. So I'm starting my first lecture now. So actually, I have been assigned a course entitled Introduction to Science and Management of Livestock Waste Treatment. And today I will start with the first topic, that is Introduction to Livestock Waste Science and Management. Under this topic, we will learn the definition and scope of livestock waste. Then we will go to the characteristics of different types of livestock waste. And after that, we will focus on the differences between waste and byproducts. I hope we will enjoy this lecture. So let's start. First, we need to be clear what is livestock. Okay, I think we already know. I think you have already known that from the ancient time, human uses different types of animals to serve their specific purposes. For example, cattle, buffaloes, sheep, goats, poultry, horses, etc. So, livestock are those animals that are domesticated or raised by human in a place such as in the farm and take benefits from them. And we why we raise them? Because we get food from them, such as meat, milk. We also get some other products like leather, wool from them, and we can also use them for any agricultural or labor purposes. Okay, so here we can see in this slide, livestock refers to domesticated farm animals that are raised by humans for useful purposes such as food production, labor, fiber, income, and other agricultural products. So livestock are mainly reared for the production of milk, meat, eggs, wool, leather, and for manure, for fertilizers. Okay, now I think now we are clear about the livestock. These are domesticated farm animals. Next slide, we will know what is livestock waste. So when we raise these farm animals, domesticated these animals or raise these animals, beside getting our wanted things like meat, milk, we also get some unwanted things, unwanted materials from them, such as urines, dungs, food waste, even some water waste. These are referred to as the livestock waste. So, livestock waste refers to all unwanted materials generated from livestock farming activities. These materials may be solid or liquid or sometimes gaseous and are produced during animal rearing when we grow up them, raise them, and during feeding, during housing, processing, and management operations. Anytime we get these some unwanted items. So now we will see what type of livestock waste we can get during this raising these domesticated animals or livestock. First, animal feces and urines. These are included as livestock waste. So these are the primary livestock waste, okay, that contain organic matter, nutrients, and many different types of microorganisms. Next, we have bedding materials, are very interesting, right? Such as straw, sawdust, and rice husk. These materials are used on the floor to make comfort of the livestock. But when these materials mixed with urines or other dungs, they become waste as livestock waste. Next, we have waste feed, excess of feeding. So it includes uneaten or spoiled feed left after feeding animals and considered as livestock waste. Uh, Next, we have wastewater from cleaning and washing. It's also very interesting. Water used for, we generally use water for cleaning the livestock and some also some farming instruments for cleaning the water. The excess water that left in the place where the livestock we keep, these are also termed as livestock waste. What we have then we have carcass and slaughterhouse residues like hair, feathers, and blood. So these dead animals and byproducts from slaughtering also termed as or termed as livestock waste. And we have one more thing, that is gases and odors generated from decomposition. When livestock waste break down through the decomposition method, it produces different types of gases, smelly gases, bad smelly gases, unpleasant odor it causes. These are also affect environment and included into the livestock waste. So all these materials, unwanted materials actually, right, we can get when raising the livestock are included as livestock waste. Okay, I hope I can clear the livestock and livestock waste. So now we will move to our next point, that is the scope of livestock waste science and management. It's a bit interesting, right? We need to get knowledge about the livestock waste science and its management, because if we study the livestock science, then we can easily understand how the livestock waste are produced, how we can handle it or manage it, and how can make its proper utilization, and we can get benefit from the livestock waste. Okay, so because the livestock waste science deals with several points, we should go. So first, generation and composition of livestock waste. In this case, it explains how the livestock waste is produced and what materials it contains, such as livestock waste contain different types of microorganisms, minerals. We can understand how it is generated and what does the livestock waste contains from this livestock waste science. Okay. Next, collection, handling, storage, treatment, and disposal. this topic or this point involves the proper method of managing livestock waste safely to reduce environmental pollution and health risk. If we handle the livestock waste in proper way, then we can sometimes actually livestock waste that make pollution to the environment, we can control it and we can use it for beneficial uses, such as next point it will be clear: recycling and resource recovery. It focuses on converting livestock waste into useful products, such as different kinds of organic fertilizer, compost, and biogases. So if we have proper knowledge on livestock science and management, we can turn it into some beneficial materials that we can reuse again. Okay. Now, environmental and public health impacts. It describes how improper livestock waste management can harm to the environment, such as soil, water, air, and even in human health. So livestock waste science and its management actually it's very important. If we have proper knowledge, we can make the environment safe, also save the public health. And last one is sustainable waste utilization. So this point emphasizes the efficient and environmentally friendly use of livestock waste for long-term agriculture sustainability. If we focus on livestock science and its management, then it will help to go our agricultural in a sustainable way. I think we will have more description in my later slides. We will go through them. Now we will see the importance of livestock waste management. Is there any? It's a waste, like right? It's a waste. Livestock waste is a waste, but does it has an importance? Yes, it has really very important. Livestock waste has very important. Why? If we have proper knowledge on livestock waste management, then we will be able to protect our environment, because livestock waste sometimes sometimes create many harmful to our environment, harmful effect to our environment. So it's very important to gain knowledge about the livestock waste management to protect our environment. Then livestock waste management is also important to protect the public health, as it contains several harmful substances, different kinds of microorganisms, pathogens. So it's important to manage it for the protection of public health, right? And it's also very important in resource recovery, as the livestock waste can be reused for our beneficial uses. So we will focus on these three topics in a bit details in my uh, later in my rest of the slides. So first we will start with the environmental protection. Okay, how how it is important to protect the environment about the livestock science management, right? Proper management of livestock waste is essential for the environmental protection. Why? Because it causes very harmful effect. Livestock waste sometimes causes very harmful effect in the environment, like soil contamination. Soil contamination happens when excessive livestock waste accumulates in soil and leading to nutrients imbalance, right? Actually, livestock waste, it contains some nutrients from the livestock, and when it goes to the soil, goes to the soil connection, it how can I say, it just gives its that nutrients to the soil and make the imbalance, make the soil nutrients imbalance. That is not good for the actually soil. It may also causes water pollution. How? which occurs when livestock waste enters in the water sources like rivers, ponds, or other water sources and contaminating water with nutrients, pathogens, and other bad things. Okay. And next we have it can also causes air pollution by released harmful gases and foul or bad smelling gases such as ammonia and hydrogen sulfide when it goes decomposition. In the environment, when livestock waste goes to the decomposition process, it creates some bad smelly gases, which sometimes create the pollution of airs. And one thing is also very important, that is greenhouse gas emissions. It also results from the livestock waste if we don't properly manage it. And it causes the production of gases, harmful gases like methane and nitrous oxide, which contribute significantly to the greenhouse gas emissions. So, if we don't handle or don't manage the livestock waste properly, it can causes these harmful effects to the environment. So, it's very important to get proper knowledge on how to manage the livestock waste. Okay, now we will see its negative impact on public health. Okay, because if we don't properly manage the livestock waste, it causes very negatively effect on human health, also even on animal health also. Okay, because it causes several types of microorganisms, parasites, and other substances. First, we will see the pathogenic bacteria, okay, that can cause diseases, because livestock waste, it causes different types of bacteria. It When it goes to the environment, from environment, human health, we catch the bacteria, and it may cause different types of diseases from human and also to the other animals. Okay, and now it also contains viruses. If these are present in livestock waste, may spread infectious diseases, harmful diseases also to the human and also other animals. Sometimes it also contains different types of parasites, okay? And it can infect animals and humans and negatively affect our health, also human health and also other animal health. And one more very important thing is that antibiotic residues. Livestock get these antibiotic residues from their food when we feed them or when we give them some medicine. Livestock, they receive these antibiotic residues first in their body. Then then the antibiotic residues from their body, it goes to their waste, and from waste it goes to the environment, and from environment it comes to the public health. Those antibiotic residues, why they're important, why their negative effect, it causes human diseases and some other antimicrobial resistance that causes human health, that is actually not good for the environment, even for the public health. So all these negative effects can be caused if we don't properly manage the livestock waste. So it's very important to get proper knowledge on the livestock waste science and management. Now we will see the resource recovery. This point is really very interesting, I can see, because livestock waste is unwanted thing. But if we have proper knowledge, we can convert it into some beneficial use. We can reuse it again. That is resource recovery. So proper utilization of livestock waste help us to get several beneficial byproducts from them, such as here are the byproducts. organic fertilizer. It improves, we can turn the unwanted livestock waste into organic fertilizer. That will improve the soil fertility, and that will be good for the crops, agricultural crops, and other plants. Again, we can convert the unwanted livestock waste into compost. Compost are produced by decomposing of livestock waste, and it can also enhance the soil fertility and plant growth and other agricultural crop growth. So these are really interesting because unwanted thing, it turns into some beneficial products. Then vermicompost. It is produced when earthworms break down livestock waste into nutrient-rich organic manure for agricultural purposes. So, like, if we have proper knowledge how to manage the livestock waste, we can turn this unwanted product, we can turn this waste into some beneficial materials like different types of fertilizer. And we can also get biogases from the livestock waste, when it can be generated from livestock waste through anaerobic reaction. And the biogas produced from the anaerobic reaction can be reused for cooking, heating, or electricity purposes. Isn't it interesting? First, it was waste, but with our knowledge, we can convert it in biogas and we can reutilize it. We can also get bioenergy, bioenergy from livestock waste in the form of heat, electricity, or fuel that helps to reduce the dependence on conventional electricity or other energy. Okay, so we can also, if I explain simply, livestock waste can be reused in different by converting different beneficial materials, and it contributes to sustainable agricultural and circular bioeconomy. Why circular bioeconomy? Because when we raise the animals, we are getting waste from them first. That is unwanted, but we can reuse them after converting those into some beneficial materials, and that will help us to reuse the waste again. So that is very very beneficial for us, and it's contribute much of the circular, much of to gain economy, okay, to process our it helps actually our economy. That is known as the circular bioeconomy. Okay, so these are the main importance of livestock waste science and management. I tried to make it clear. I hope you can understand by these three slides. Okay, now we will go to our next topic, that is characteristics of different types of livestock waste. Actually, livestock waste characteristics as well as its quality, quantity, it depends on several aspects. We will see the aspects first. First one is animal species. It's easy to understand. Different animal produces different types and different amounts of livestock waste, right? So different animal species influence the quantity and composition of livestock waste. If we raise cow or cattle, it will produce one type of livestock waste. But if we grow or raise chicken or poultry, we will get another type of waste from them. So animal species, it depends. Livestock waste, the quality or characteristic depends on different animal species, what type of animals we are raising. Then the feed type, what type of food or feed we are given to the livestock. It's also affect the waste characteristics, because the nutrient content of feed determine the composition of the waste produced. For example, if we give the livestock grains, grains type of food, the waste will come one type. But if we give them grasses, the green grasses, the waste will be another type. So the characteristics of livestock waste will also differ on the basis of the feed type, what types of food we are giving to the livestock. Next is housing system. Interesting. It plays important roles in livestock waste management because different housing design affects waste collection, moisture contents, and storage conditions. If the housing system is very proper, then the livestock waste will be one type. If the housing system is not that much improper, the livestock waste will be different. It will contaminate with water, moisture, and the quality and characteristics of the livestock waste will change. So it's also affect housing system, it's also affect the quality or characteristics of the livestock waste. And one more thing, the farm management practice. Proper farm management practices such as proper feeding methods, cleaning systems, as well as overall farm management systems also affect the quality of livestock waste. Okay, characteristics of animal waste of a well systematic farm. If the farm is very well systematic, the waste we get from this well managed farm will must be differ with the another farm that where the management system is not that much proper, not that much good. Okay, so all these aspects really affects the characteristics of livestock waste, and based on all these aspects, the livestock waste can be classified into four major categories. These are the four major categories that we can classify the livestock waste. First, the solid waste. This type of solids comes in a solid form. Okay. Next one is liquid waste. This type of waste comes in a liquid form. Then the semi-solid waste. Semi-solid waste, also known as the slurry. It's a bit thick consistency. The consistency of this semi-solid or slurry is a bit thick. I will explain that in my later slides. And gaseous waste. So let's begin with the solid waste. So solid waste, these are the, as I have already told, these are the waste comes in a solid form. It includes feces, bedding materials, feed residues, feathers, and other solid materials produced during livestock farming activities. And here are the examples of solid waste: dungs and feces, poultry litter, bedding materials, and leftover or extra feed materials. These becomes the solid waste materials from the livestock. And this solid waste have some specific characteristics. This solid waste contains high organic matter. These are also very rich in plant nutrients, and for high organic matter and nutrient contents, it is very suitable for composting and organic fertilizer production. So we can easily convert the solid waste into compost and other organic fertilizer. Now we will see the liquid waste, okay? Livestock waste in liquid form. Liquid livestock waste consists of urine, wash water, and liquid effluents generated from livestock housing and cleaning operation. Effluents means the excess water. After cleaning the livestock or livestock materials, farming materials, after cleaning with water, the excess water remains that is termed as effluents. These are also included into the liquid waste. Examples are urine, dairy wash water, farm effluents, that is, I have already explained it, farm materials after cleaning the excess waters, and slaughtering house wastewater. In the butcher shops, when they used to process the meat or they used to sell the meat, right? They use water or they cleaning their shops or materials, cutting materials, the extra water, excess waters. These becomes the liquid waste. These liquid waste have their special characteristics, such as these are high in moisture content. Must be, right? It's liquid waste. It must contain the highest moisture content. It also contains dissolved nutrients and microorganisms because it's in liquid form. Many types of nutrients and microorganisms dissolves inside it. And that is why it may easily contaminate water sources if we can't manage it properly. The liquid waste, it's very easily go to the environment and it contaminated environment or other water. Okay, next we have semi-solid waste that is known as slurry. So slurry is the watery mixture of insoluble substances such as mud. I think we all know mud. When the soil it mixed with water, then mud is produced. The consistency of mud is thick. So for easy understanding, we can remember it like this: when the solid waste mixed with liquid waste, then it becomes the semi-solid waste or slurry. So when semi-solid waste or slurry is a mixture of feces, urine, and water with a thick and pumpable consistency. Its consistency is thick, but we can still pump it. Not that much thick. It's, it's the slurry. Okay. Example is cattle slurry. When cattle solid waste is mixed with liquid waste, it's become cattle slurry or semi-solid waste. Same as swine slurry and manure water mixture. When the manure or dung, different types of dung mixed with water, excess water, then it becomes slurry, and then it is known as the semi-solid waste. Semi-solid waste has its special characteristics. It has high microbial activity, okay? And it can produce methane under anaerobic condition. And it is commonly used in biogas production. So when we will go our next lecture, I will give the next lecture, the biochemistry of livestock waste, then these characteristics will be more clear to you. Now just keep on mind the semi-solid waste, its characteristics: it has high microbial activity, it produces methane under anaerobic conditions, and commonly used for biogas production. How methane is produced, how biogas will produce, we will see in our next lecture. Okay, now the gaseous waste. Okay, this is another type of waste. Gaseous waste is produced during the decomposition of livestock waste and other organic waste materials. Okay, when the livestock waste goes to decomposition, it releases different type of gases. Sometimes some smelly gases, bad smelly gases. These are termed as gaseous waste. For example, methane, ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, etc. So actually, these gaseous waste have its special characteristics also, that it produces unpleasant odor. Ammonia, hydrogen sulfide is a very smelly or bad odor gases actually. And it also contributes air pollution and greenhouse emission. Ammonia and carbon dioxides, actually these are not good for our environment. When this produced from the gaseous waste, it causes harm to the environment. And it is also becomes harmful to animal and human health at high concentration. It becomes toxic to the human health. So these are the characteristics of gaseous waste. So I tried to clear the main four types of livestock waste with their examples and characteristics. Now I will move to the differences between livestock waste and byproducts. Very interesting, right? We need to be clear which one is waste and which one is byproduct, because uh, waste waste is waste, but byproduct is beneficial. So I think we have already learned about the livestock waste, that is unwanted thing that we get when we raise the livestock, such as unwanted manure or dung, wastewater, dead animals, extra feed or food materials, excess bedding materials. These are the livestock waste. But what is livestock byproducts? Livestock byproducts are the secondary products that we obtained from the waste, and it has some economic value. Not some economic value, it has really high economic value. That is termed as the livestock byproducts. For example, different types of fertilizers, biogases, then bone meal, blood meal. These are the byproducts we get from the livestock. By its proper management, proper utilization, we convert the livestock waste into the livestock byproducts. Okay. Now there are few more points we can easily differentiate between the livestock waste and livestock byproducts. So by definition, we have already learned that livestock waste, it's unwanted, unwanted material. We don't want this livestock waste actually. But when it goes to the livestock byproducts, it's actually very useful. We want the byproducts for our beneficial uses. And if we consider on the basis of economic value, livestock waste, maybe sometimes it has little economic value, or sometimes we don't have any, it doesn't have any economic value. But when it converts into byproducts, it has really very high commercial value, right? We can reuse it. And in case of livestock waste, we need to dispose it. Otherwise, it will be harmful to the environment and health, or we need to make some treatment to dispose it. But in case of livestock byproducts, we can reuse it. It's beneficial. We don't need to dispose it, okay? Then in the environmental issues, livestock waste, it may cause pollution. But livestock byproducts, interestingly, it helps to reduce pollution. It helps to reduce the waste. See, it's really so interesting. And if we see on the basis of management, livestock waste, it needs to be safe disposal. But in case of livestock byproducts, we can reutilize it. That is known as resource utilization. So now we have learned the differences between livestock waste and livestock byproducts. Now, why the difference is important? Actually, it is very, very important to understand that what is livestock waste and what is livestock byproducts. Because when we understand the differences between livestock waste and livestock byproducts, then we can use it in beneficial purposes, several beneficial purposes. Okay. So, and one more thing, if we don't know the differences between livestock waste and livestock byproducts, then we can't we can convert it to the beneficial products. And sometimes improper waste management of livestock waste may causes, as we already know, several harmful effects into the environment. It causes water pollution, air pollution, soil contamination, and also disease transmission because livestock waste contains several types of microorganisms that is very harmful for the public health, also for the environment health. But on the other hand, if we convert it by byproduct and we can use it properly, then we can produce renewable energy from the livestock waste. Also, by producing organic fertilizer, we can improve the soil fertility. It can also help us to reduce the environmental pollution, and it also support the sustainable agricultural practice. Okay, that is why the it's so important to understand the differences between livestock waste and livestock byproducts. So in my lecture, actually, I have prepared all these things as introductory materials. That's all for today. And here are the references that I used to collect information in preparing my lecture. I hope it will help you all to take preparation from this lecture. And so I tried to explain my best easily. I hope it will be beneficial for you. And we will go in details in my next lecture. So that's all. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was pleasure to present my lecture in front of you. Thank you very much. Take care and see you again in my next lecture. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Professor Rashid Zaman. And student, I already put in the below of the brown about the question or discussion, so you guys can get the materials in the brown, and also you can uh, should be answer the essay and question in this structure. Okay. Okay, student, thank you very much for in this class, and hopefully you can get clearly information from Professor Rashid.